Guys, hi guys, I'm back. Got a haircut. Yeah, I watched a movie, went to the theaters, Underworld Blood Wars. That was freaking awesome. If you liked any of the Underworld movies, you will love this one. Guaranteed. Alright, now, back to this. Okay, so where we left off was a lot of frustration and shit just wasn't working and yeah. Well, I figured out how to fix that. So how we do that is at the end of each of these, because this is the check for block and then set the block. So this is checking the next one and then changing it based on, whatever it is, right? In order to reset this each time so that way it doesn't get stuck, you need to put this block here. So this one over here is just running off the last one as a chain, always active. So we're changing the block data to this first one. This is our test 4 block. And then, so -3, so 1, 2, 3, so that's where we are right there. And we are changing this data field. Now this is the success count, and so if this block here goes through its whole thing and it's successful, what happens is this success count gets stuck at 1, right? So it's always on, which is why these comparators stay on after it, right? So in order to fix that, to make it so this is a one-time use type thing, you're going to go block data to the block that you want to change, and you're going to change the success count to 0B. And then because of the way that I did this, this is the exact same thing, but this one changes this block right here. So I did this for all of them. So even on this first one here, I did it on there too. So I ran this, and when I was looking for the block data information and stuff, I saw some cool stuff that we could do with observers. And this, not taking credit for it at all, is a really cool timer that we can use that is toggleable, that replaces our clock timer with the pulse that you have to put into the clock timer to make sure that it, works the way it's supposed to. So, all it is, observer block, put a piece of redstone right there, put a block behind it, redstone above, put this repeater above the observer, put a block here, so that way when this thing ticks on, this will send up, go through here, sends it back over to here, causing this to change again, which then goes through and just repeats the process over and over and over and over again. Now, something interesting that I noticed is if you take this off right here, and you just put it in right here, so that way whenever this thing ticks on, this should activate, yet it doesn't do that. So I thought that was kind of interesting. It seems like even though this pulse timing is good enough for the repeater, it seems like it's not good enough for the command blocks. So I thought that was kind of interesting. So in order to fix that, and then we'll do this too, if you put just a repeater on there on the first tick, it still won't do anything. So what you have to do if you want this to work and actually power a command block is you have to put this on 2 ticks. And then as you can see, this starts going, and then we have our little guy right here. So this is the program counter working, completely functional. It doesn't get stuck anymore. And yeah, I think we're about to, I don't know how long it'll take to move all this over, but we can stay here and watch it until it goes through and clears itself out, I guess. Dr. Pepper, great stuff. Alright, looks like we're about to reset everything. Almost anyways. So we got the last 4 filled, got the last 5 filled, last 6 filled, 7, 8, and going through all the way to the end and clear. Alright, so there you go. It does work, it does reset itself. But while I was messing around with the block data stuff, I kind of found a better method to do this, which is over here. As you can guess, this is our little, I guess our signal block which is the same as this one over here. So that one will tick on and off for every signal that you put in and turn off, which isn't necessarily what we want, because we want the first one, like we put in a signal goes off, we want this to only change once. Instead of going on and then going off, we just want it to either go on or go off. So, as you can see with the button here, it goes on, goes off, and then this changes once. And then hit this again, goes on, goes off, changes this once, and then it also bumps that one up. Now, let's fast forward. Alright. So now, as you can see, this is pretty much the same as the last one, except that it is now one wide for each bit. So yeah, and then and it works, and it doesn't get stuck, which is freaking amazing. But there's a reason for that, and that reason is because what I am doing, and I actually don't need any of this anymore. Let's just do a fill command. We want air. There we go. Okay. So take a look. This is all it is. This entire thing right here. Each bit on here only needs 3 command blocks. That's it. And this last one only needs 1. So compare this to freaking this crap. This one's got, for each bit that's on here, we need, not only do we need a negative edge detector, but we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of these stupid command blocks. This one requires 1, 2, 3, and that's it. Oh, and something else that's kind of cool. If instead of these things being torches, if you just put redstone down on here instead of the torches, then this will actually count backwards, which I thought was kind of cool. Okay, so how does it work? Okay, this one right here just toggles this first one to a redstone block and a quartz block for each clock tick. So, clock, whatever. I'm counting that as the clock. So, yeah, just turns on, turns off. That's all these two do. Now, this first one here, because it's the signal block, only needs 2. Because there's nothing really preceding it, so we don't need this one here. So the first one, let me just reset all this. And then we'll put this over there. Okay. Hey, where's all my stuff? Oh, because yeah, whoops. Yeah, we'll just leave that. Okay, so this first one, this is the very first command that goes off of the signal block, and all this is doing is it's setting this next block to a redstone block. That's all it does, nothing else. Now this one, this is going into the block data of this command block right here, and so 1 to the, I don't know, whatever direction that is. And then all we're doing is we need these little curly brackets here because we're modifying the block data of this command block. And the block data that we're modifying is the command. So then you do the command with a colon, and then you put in parentheses, or not parentheses, but quotation marks, because it's a command. It's treated like a string, so you need to identify it as a string. And so then this is the same exact command almost that's already in here. The only difference is instead of, hold on. Yeah, this, just stick with me here, okay? Changes this command to redstone block. Now I think this is already set to that command, so this one won't do anything. Now as soon as this one sets this to a redstone block, it immediately activates this one here. Now this is another block data change, so we're going back 1 and then back 1 again. So that's that first command block that's right underneath the torch over there. And then once again we're changing the command, and then for this one we're changing it to a quartz block. So this command block will never change, this command block will never change, this command block will alternate between setting this to quartz and setting it to redstone. So that is how this works. And then so let's just pump through this real quick. So we set this, yeah. So this was the signal block, remember? So this is set to redstone now, right? So it activated this command here. So this sets this first one back here to a quartz block, which it now says. Now, when we load this again, it will, let's just do it. Okay, so now this setup, yeah, and the reason why it did that is because I modified these. Remember when I deleted some blocks and stuff? And yeah, it doesn't really like that because these things remember kind of where they were before. And so we're just gonna see if we can see any other ones that are kind of messing up. Yeah, see, so that one messed up too. Yeah, so once this is built, don't change these, because if you do, then you're gonna have to cycle through everything in order to get to this last block to make sure that everything is set correctly. So yeah, and then so once, now this is operating very, very quickly, as you can see. Actually, hold on, let's just wait for this to reset all the way. Once it gets to that last block, then I'll pause that, and then I'll start explaining again. I just want to make sure that everything is set up correctly. Okay, yeah, see how it kind of skipped there? Alright. Okay, so we stopped on 16, I think. No, 32. 32? Yeah, okay. So, this is a quartz block, so then the next thing that it is going to do, it is going to change this one to a redstone block, so that is what this one has in there right now. Same thing for this one, because this is quartz, that means that this is set to redstone. Same thing, same thing. Now, because this one is redstone, and it activated this command under here, which is changing the command to quartz block, then this one right here will read quartz block, just like that. And then once this one gets to redstone, then it'll run all this stuff, and then this one will change that back. So, this is so much simpler, so much more reliable, so much smaller, and it's actually a little bit faster because we only have 1 tick of delay here, whereas this one we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5 for these. So 5 ticks of delay to change this versus 1 tick on this one. So, I would like you all to join me in a monumentous little thing that I'm going to do right now. And we're going to go way the hell over here. And I like this block. Yeah. Alright. Oh my god. I feel so much better now. Ugh. That crap is now gone. Alright, so this is the program counter / binary counter run off of command blocks that I will be using for the processor because it is not only faster, it is smaller, and it's going to be, I think, a lot more reliable. Now, something that I'm going to have to sort of figure out here, because this, even though it works now, it still isn't done. This is only the first part of the program counter. What we need, so let's say that we have our RAM over here, right? Let's say that we have multiple programs stored in RAM, right? We need to be able to set this to a certain memory location and then start counting from there. So, that's going to require a little... I might just make like another set of command blocks above that will deal specifically with that, because I'm going to have to change this command block here based on whatever is loaded into here. And then these ones I don't have to do anything with, as well as these ones under here. But then I'm going to have to be able to change all of these blocks and the commands that are stored in this line of blocks here. But once that happens, then I will also need to be able to sort of take whatever is in here and then put it onto the bus. So it works. It's not done yet. Now you can kind of see it. It is really, really, really awesome. and this just makes me happy. I don't know why I couldn't figure this out yesterday, but it's figured out today, and I'm just... Oh, hey, we're going to watch it all reset. Okay, so once this goes through and kind of clears everything, I'll go ahead and end the video. So if you liked this, go ahead, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more stuff like this, go ahead and subscribe. I put out lots of videos, at least lately anyways. So, yeah. And then if you want, please feel free to use this in any of your future endeavors. And yeah, looks like we're about to finish it off. We're almost there. We're almost there. And bam. And we're cleared. Alright. So, this is Zero, signing off. Hope you enjoyed. I know I enjoyed blowing all that crap away, so I am quite happy right now. So I will see you next video.